Hello, number one. Commander Povey here. The Admiralty have instructed me to check on Operation Lockdown at HMS Troutbridge. I do hope the men are adhering to the strict rules laid down.
Oh, certainly, sir. I believe that's mostly what the men have been doing, laying down. There's not much else to do.
That is simply not good enough, number one. Let's not forget, this is an exercise in how the men would cope under an actual lockdown crisis. Now, if you will be kind enough to get Mr. Phillips on the other line, I'd like to get his perspective.
Certainly, sir.
Hello, Sub-Lieutenant Phillips speaking. If that's you, Pertwee, yes, I'm going to have to put in another order for some more lavatory paper. Yes, it's a funny thing about these lockdowns. One goes through twice as many rolls as one usually would.
Mr. Phillips, I'm in no way interested in your bathroom habits.
Oh, good gracious, it's Thunderguts. I mean Potty. I mean Mr. Povey, sir. Yes, how may I assist you, sir? Do you think we should be talking on the telephone, sir? I mean, I don't think that my telephone wire is the required 6 feet, sir.
Oh, idiot.
Mr. Phillips, Commander Povey is checking on how you're getting along in self-isolation and whether or not you're on your own.
Ah, well, I seem to have lost my cherries, sir.
What? You're supposed to be in isolation, Mr. Phillips, on your own. You most definitely should not be in the company of a young lady.
No, sir. You don't quite understand. I was talking about my fag end, sir.
I beg your pardon?
I believe he is referring to his cigarette, sir.
Good grief. I thought little luxuries like that were supposed to have been stopped.
Oh, no, sir. That's phase 2 of the lockdown.
Oh, I see. Well, Mr. Phillips, I do hope that you're keeping your spirits up.
Oh, rather, sir, yes. Yes, I received a few bottles of sherry in the post this morning. Yes, I was only supposed to receive a small package of personal items from Mummy. But instead I got several bottles of sherry and a rather large crate of gin, sir.
Sherry and gin? That was supposed to be delivered to me on the mainland. Good grief!
Well, that explains the gentleman's bedtime moustache guard hair wax and the child's soft toy that we received this morning, sir.
Oh, I say, sir, does that mean to say that you've got lammykins? Oh, please do take good care of her, sir. You know, until all of this lockdown madness is all over and done with, sir.
Oh, never fear, Mr. Phillips. I shall tuck Lammykins into bed with a nice hot water bottle and read her a bedtime story.
Oh, that's jolly nice of you, sir. Yes, something soothing and calming, and not too many big words, sir.
Believe me, Mr. Phillips, any moment now, that's all I will be using.
Oh, lummy.
Yes, I think you should just carry on with your report, Mr. Phillips. Are there any mental or physical changes due to Operation Lockdown?
Oh, yes. Well, if you could see me now, sir, I've got rather a lovely, splendid growth of beard, sir.
Mr. Phillips, the only upside I can see from this whole lockdown exercise is that I don't have to see your face.
Oh, don't you worry, sir. I shall send you a rather nice photo, sir. Ooh, you could have it framed and hung up on your wall, sir.
Number one, if I receive any photograph from Mr. Phillips, I most certainly will have him hung and framed, and not on the wall, from the nearest yardarm.
Yes, Mr. Phillips, as far as I can make out, Operation Lockdown has had no adverse effects on you. So I think for my report, I should recommend a further 3 weeks of isolation.
Oh, well, thank you, sir. Yes, that's jolly thoughtful of you. And while we've got Commander Povey on the line, sir, could you ask him to send another case of this rather splendid sherry, sir?
You dithering dipsomaniac!
Yes, I think that'll be all, Mr. Phillips. We will check in again in another 3 weeks. Grand morning, isn't it?